I've pulled out some polyurethane glue. I have not used this stuff in a long time. It has the benefit of drying really quickly. So essentially, what's the time now? It is 1 minute to 2. So, oh come on, don't rush too much. I need a glue spreader. I'm rushing too much. Hold on. Thank you very much, Christopher. Okay, so now this is true overkill. I don't know why this fretboard was in the sort of waste pile. It is flamed bird's eye maple and particularly beautiful. But what the hell? Okay. So yeah, that's about right. I'm lining up the end of the fretboard with my line at the headstock end. This is to clamp onto the radius. Now, if I were building a client's guitar, I would be using locating pins and the like to make absolutely certain that nothing whatsoever could go wrong with my placement. But that's not really necessary in this case. I'm just clamp it up. Try not to get polyurethane on my hands because that stuff stains and is horrible. There we go. Now that I've got those two done, I'm just going to clamp away. Now this should be ready to take off in about 45 minutes, half an hour if I'm lucky. And this is actually the plan. So I'm trying to build a cigar box guitar, including gluing time, in 3.5 hours. He must be balmy. He also can't do accents very well. This is, oh, that needs to be tightened up. Tighten up, tighten up. Oh no, I got my finger in the glue. Okay, that's starting to foam up, which is good old polyurethane. Let's dump that on the floor. Okay, we have a cigar box. Now, we want the writing so that when you're playing it, you can read it. So the hinges are up at the top. And where the neck goes in, we're going to notch here, and we're going to actually cut out down here. 20 torpedo-shaped cigars. Ideal. Before then, though, I'm going to very, very quickly cut out some F-hole, or an F-hole, some F-holes. Let's see. I do have some time while the glue is drying, so let's see what we can come up with, if I can find a ruler. Okay, I'm going to have to slaughter apprentices. They keep on stealing my pencils. Let's have a look. So it's 183. I don't want to have my... Normally you'll have just holes that you can drill through and then put little brass surrounds in. I've got some of those floating around somewhere. I would rather do something a little bit more interesting. I wonder how thick those walls are. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure if you can see that. So it's basically 2 little F-holes. Now, to make life easier, I want to take this off a hinge. This might actually just destroy it entirely, but it looks like those just poke in. So, here we go. Oh, that's going to destroy the... That means I'm going to have to cut through that sticker. What am I thinking? Yeah, this is going to be... Can you tell I've never done this before? Yeah. Come on then. Scalpel blade through the sticker. That's a bit of a pity, but yeah, what can you do? And I want to take this top off. So that I can cut my F-holes easier. Whoops. You'd think I've had loads of scraps of wood floating around the place. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so those little hinges have just got points that go into the very soft wood. Now I can get out my inlay cutting jig, stand on the neck I'm trying to glue up and hoping not to destroy in the process. So I now have my lid, and I'm going to drill a hole in it, or 2, so that I can make my cuts. I suppose this is the moment of no return. This really does feel rather naughty. Okay. So it's important to keep the blade perpendicular. Is that the right word? Keep it square to your work. Oh my goodness, it wasn't clamped properly. Foiled at the finish. Oh, that's a bit hot. And snapped. That was an expensive blade, that was. Fret saw blades. They have a reduced life expectancy. Especially, I must say, when one is in a rush. Now, let's get that out of here. Okay, and with that gone, I can get back to making the shape I wanted. Sort of a scorpion stingery type thing. All right. Now that's fairly homogeneous. It's pretty much what I want. You just go in there if there's any slight issues. Well, that's interesting. The veneer on the front of this is a bit delicate. So, yeah, the least. Let's try to do as little filing as possible, or rasping at least. File should be okay. But I'm only going to push rather than push and pull, which is, frankly, how you're supposed to use a file in the first place. Remember, I am rushing this. I am not... I'm not necessarily going to show you best practice for using tools in this particular series. For example, I should have that upright in a vise and have perfect control, and I just don't. There we go, I'm happy with that.